Imagine having creators in all of your most important international markets who genuinely love your brand and create content that actually converts. Well, that's what a properly built ambassador program looks like, and here's how to do it. Hi, I'm Daphne, co-founder of VeraContent, a global content marketing agency. And today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to build a local brand ambassador program that scales across markets. 5 steps from defining your model all the way through tracking performance. And I'll also be honest with you about where a lot of programs break down along the way. Step 1, define your ambassador model. Before you start looking for creators, you need to decide what kind of program you're actually building. There are 2 main types, and they require very different approaches. The first is formal partners, ambassadors you brief, pay, and work with on a structured, ongoing basis. These relationships need proper onboarding, regular communication, and clear expectations from day one. The second type is organic advocates, people who already genuinely love your brand and talk about it without being asked. They don't want a formal brief. What they do respond to is early product access, authentic engagement from your brand, and the freedom to show up in their own voice. Most programs include both. The mistake I see again and again is treating them the same way. A formal ambassador who gets micromanaged will produce content that looks paid. An organic advocate who gets an overbranded brief will stop talking about you altogether. Know which type you're working with and manage them accordingly. Step 2, creator selection. This is where a lot of brands go wrong, and it almost always comes down to the same mistake: defaulting to follower count. Local ambassadors are usually nano or micro influencers, somewhere between 1,000 and 100,000 followers. Their strength lies in their relevance. They share the same location, same interests, and the same communication style as their audience. That's what makes their recommendations feel personal rather than paid. When you're evaluating creators, look at 5 things: audience credibility, genuine engagement, brand fit, product relevance, and whether they actually believe in what they're promoting. A creator who genuinely loves your content will create completely different content than a creator who's just one of the biggest names in the market. Platform matters too. What works in one region won't work in another. TikTok drives discovery in Southeast Asia, YouTube holds attention in the Middle East, Pinterest is huge in certain European countries. Make sure your creator selection actually matches where your audience is. Step 3, onboarding and briefing. How you bring creators in sets the tone for everything that follows. Get this wrong and you'll spend the rest of the campaign firefighting. A strong onboarding pack covers 5 things: brand identity and background, product knowledge, campaign objectives, clear do's and don'ts, and platform-specific guidance for each market. It needs to be detailed enough to be genuinely useful, but not so prescriptive that it kills the creator's voice. On briefing specifically, resist the urge to hand creators a script. I know it feels safer, but it's not. Give them the key points you want covered, and then let them figure out the best way to land each point with that audience. Research consistently shows that campaigns with more creative freedom tend to perform better because the creator's credibility stays intact. When content sounds like an ad, people just scroll past it. But when it sounds like a genuine recommendation, people stop. So brief well, and then step back. Step 4, content governance. Here's where structure really matters, especially as you add more markets and more creators. You need an essential set of guidelines that every ambassador uses: visual identity, tone of voice, core messaging, and campaign objectives. This is what keeps your brand recognizable across markets without requiring every piece of content to look identical. Within that framework, local teams or market managers need real autonomy. They know which references will land. They understand the cultural context, and they know what will feel forced and what will feel natural. Your job at the global level is to set boundaries clearly. Their job is to work creatively within those boundaries. One thing that makes this work in practice is building a proper feedback loop. When local teams have a structured way to get insights back to the central team, what worked, what didn't, what surprised them, your program gets smarter with every campaign cycle. Without that loop, you're essentially starting from scratch every time. Step 5, performance tracking. The final piece is making sure performance data flows across your whole program, not just up to headquarters. Use consistent tools and reporting systems across markets. Set shared KPIs at the global level, but give local teams the flexibility to track metrics that actually make sense for their platform and their audience. What matters in TikTok in Southeast Asia is not the same as what matters on YouTube in the Middle East. When a content piece works or spectacularly underperforms in one market, that insight should be available to every other market immediately. The goal is a program that gets smarter over time, not one where every market is running its own experiment in isolation. A practical way to structure this is 3 layers: a centralized strategy hub that holds your guidelines, KPIs, and success metrics. Regional autonomy and execution, where local teams select creators and shape content. And a shared reporting system that closes a loop between global strategy and local results. So, to pull it all together, define your ambassador program before you start looking for creators. Formal partners and organic advocates need to be managed differently. Select creators based on relevance, not reach. Bring them in with a proper onboarding pack. Then, give them creative freedom. Build central brand guidelines with real local autonomy inside them. And make sure your performance data flows across markets, not just upward. At VeraContent, this is exactly what we do with brands operating across multiple markets. If you want to see what this looks like in practice, we've put together a full guide, link in description. And if you're building this type of program with your own brand and want to talk it through, you can book a call with our team. The link is there too. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more marketing tips and insights.